Shame is suffocating. I lit the fuse, and my life turns into everything it wasn't supposed to be.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at celebrities who openly regret their troubled, reckless, or scandalous past.
Do you still think about it, or have you made your peace complete?
No, I'm always thinking about it.
Al Pacino.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Before becoming one of Hollywood's greatest actors, Al Pacino endured a difficult youth, especially during his time in Italy. The Godfather actor has since revealed that, at around 20 years old and struggling in Sicily, he sold his body to an older woman in exchange for food and a place to stay. Reflecting on this time, Pacino admitted it left him waking up not really loving himself, as the memory carried a heavy sense of shame. Now, the veteran actor is widely celebrated as a screen legend, but his candid and vulnerable admission shows just how far he had to climb to reach the top.
You gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Kristen Stewart. Twilight star Kristen Stewart hasn't shied away from expressing deep regret over her past behavior. This is especially true of her 2012 affair with Snow White and the Huntsman director, Rupert Sanders, which occurred while she was dating Robert Pattinson.
They stepped out of their car, looking out over Hollywood, caressed each other, kissed each other.
At the time, Stewart issued a highly public and emotionally charged apology, stating she deeply hurt Pattinson and regretted her fling with the director. She further revealed that the betrayal lit her universe on fire, illustrating the emotional fallout that followed her. Stewart has since rebuilt her reputation with acclaimed indie and art house projects. She's also openly embraced her queer identity, refusing to let past regrets hold her back in any way.
Because I'm hosting SNL and I'm like so gay, dude.
Drew Barrymore.
One of the sentences that really stood out to me in your book is when you talked about your mom, you said, "Zero protection, zero consistency."
Yeah.
And that's a haunting sentence.
Just how chaotic was Drew Barrymore's childhood? The Hollywood star was drinking by age 9, partying at Studio 54 before most kids hit middle school, experimenting with illicit substances at 12, and was sent to psychiatric rehab at just 13. While Barrymore sees her turbulent past as a key part of her resilience and doesn't outright regret it, she admits she still hasn't forgiven herself for certain chapters of her upbringing.
And I raised my girls so much more traditionally and quietly and very protectively, and it's such an antithesis to my upbringing.
She also admits that these experiences have made her especially hard on herself as a parent. Now a stable force in show business, the actress turned talk show host's story reflects not so much regret as transformation, turning past chaos into a platform for growth.
And in the younger years, they're not gonna have my life, Not going to Studio 54 at 7 years old will probably make them a lot more normal than I was.
Shia LaBeouf.
I got more millionaire lawyers than you know what to do with, you stupid.
Shia LaBeouf's life and career has been marred by a seemingly endless string of scandals, from plagiarism allegations, arrests, abuse claims, and public outbursts.
It turned out that story breaking overnight on Shia LaBeouf, taken out of a Broadway theater in handcuffs after an outburst.
LaBeouf has gone on to publicly apologize for his past behavior, even describing himself as pleasure-seeking, selfish, self-centered, dishonest, inconsiderate, and fearful.
According to witnesses, LaBeouf disrupted a performance of the musical Cabaret by slapping audience members on the backside and yelling at cast members.
He's expressed that he especially holds deep shame over his abusive behaviors. The actor has cited Catholicism and sobriety as life-saving, stating he felt depraved and needed redemption through faith. Shia is still attempting to rebuild his reputation by engaging in introspective art, confronting his mistakes, and publicly seeking forgiveness. Michael Richards.
I'm out.
It's no secret that Michael Richards' career imploded in 2006 when a video surfaced of him unleashing a racist tirade at hecklers during a stand-up set at the Laugh Factory.
You guys have been talking and talking and talking. I don't know.
While he deeply apologized, admitting his words were hateful, the damage was already done.
I lost my temper on stage.
Richards has since candidly acknowledged the incident remains his greatest personal and professional regret. In later reflections, including in his memoir, the comedian also revealed he regretted taking his role on Seinfeld so seriously, saying he became consumed by the pressure of living up to Kramer's success. He admitted that the combination of ego, stress, and anger contributed to his overall meltdown.
I needed to, in view of that kind of behavior. What the heck is behind all this, and losing it the way I lost it?
Mike Tyson.
Anything to say at all, Mike?
I'm innocent.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson has repeatedly expressed regret for his violent and erratic behavior throughout his career as a pro fighter.
But his victim has said she would have dropped the charges if he'd apologized and promised to undergo medical treatment.
Beyond his 1992 conviction of indecent assault, Tyson has admitted shame over his public outbursts and how he treated fellow fighters, including biting Evander Holyfield's ear during a 1997 match.
There seems to be some kind of altercation going on.
It looks like he could have been disqualified. The fight could be over.
Iron Mike has said that his substance use and anger issues led him down destructive paths that hurt both himself and others. He shared in interviews and his autobiography that his arrogance and lack of control nearly ruined his legacy. Today, Mike Tyson often speaks about his past mistakes with honesty, framing them as hard-earned lessons. Mark Wahlberg.
You have filed paperwork with the Massachusetts Parole Board to get a pardon for felony convictions from when you were a young man. I think it's pretty well known that you didn't grow up in a Norman Rockwell existence.
No, not
all right?
at all.
Outside Boston. And you were arrested and spent time in jail for some violent assaults.
As a teenager in Boston, Massachusetts in the mid to late 80s, Mark Wahlberg was involved in violent, racially motivated crimes, including assault and hate crimes.
And of course, everybody has an opinion, is entitled to it, whether I'm deserving of it or not. But from the day I woke up in prison, realized the mistakes that I had made and the pain that I had caused people, I committed to turning my life around, which was not an easy thing to do.
Things got so bad for Marky Mark that he ended up serving jail time for an attack on a Vietnamese man in 1988. Wahlberg has since openly stated that he made a lot of terrible mistakes in his past and is striving to correct those errors.
I've always been completely open about my past. We've probably had this conversation many times. I've been talking about it for over 25 years since I've been in the public eye. I'm not proud of what I've done. I'm just committed to making sure that I pay for my mistakes and I avoid kids, hopefully help kids avoid making those mistakes.
In fact, today, the actor is involved in many philanthropic efforts, especially youth support organizations. Wahlberg's transformation from troubled youth to industry leader reflects deep introspection and a commitment to redemption. It's clear he's since taken up trying to lead by example. Hugh Grant.
What the hell were you thinking?
Hugh Grant's infamous 1995 arrest on the Sunset Strip for lewd conduct with a sex worker, Divine Brown, came just days before the major film release of 9 Months. Making headlines worldwide, Grant has called the incident a moment of insanity, and while he weathered the scandal with grace and charm, even delivering one of the more well-received celebrity apologies opposite Jay Leno on The Tonight Show, he continues to acknowledge his past behavior.
To this day, people talk about the way you handled that situation, which was apologizing and not making excuses, which has become strangely admirable in retrospect. The way you handled it.
I don't really remember apologizing. I'm not sure who I was supposed to apologize to. I mean, I was just an idiot.
The scandalous arrest has since become a cautionary tale about fame and impulse. And luckily for the sheepish English actor, he's been able to rebuild from it. Charlie Sheen.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Charlie Sheen's career was once defined by monumental success, but it nearly collapsed under the weight of his addictions and reckless behavior. Charlie's battles with substance abuse led to multiple stints in rehab, arrests, and a notorious firing from 2.5 Men after his highly public meltdown. Sheen soon became infamous for his erratic interviews and appearances, turning him into a tabloid spectacle.
You judged me, you condemned me, you discarded me. Well, not anymore. Winning!
Looking back, the actor has admitted to being deeply ashamed of his past, even saying he suffers from shame shivers when reflecting on his self-destructive choices. Today, Sheen openly regrets the pain his actions caused his family and career, acknowledging that his substance use and arrogance nearly destroyed everything.
There have been reports that your ex-wife Denise Richards knew about this for a while. Is that true?
That is correct, yes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Robert Downey Jr. To say Robert Downey Jr. endured a tumultuous period in the 1990s would be an understatement.
Robert Downey Jr. is opening up about his time in prison in the late 90s, saying it was the worst thing that happened to him.
Marred by multiple arrests for drug possession, a year in prison, and being widely considered unhireable, RDJ's life was spiraling out of control. The Iron Man actor has since turned his life around, however, achieving one of the most remarkable and inspiring comebacks in Hollywood history.
Take that off. What are you? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Expressing gratitude for the second chance he was given, Downey Jr. would ultimately receive a pardon for his drug-related offenses, enabling him to serve on a jury and symbolically close that chapter from his past. Since 2003, Downey has maintained sobriety, crediting his wife Susan, therapy, yoga, and martial arts with his recovery. Which celebrity's past surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.
And I know the changes that I've made and how long they took. I know that's possible for people.